Hey y'all, it's been a good while ever since I've done any kind of videos, and I apologize for that. Life unfortunately has taken over, but in any case, today I am doing two things which I'm going to do them in separate videos because they will be separate in foods at times, definitely. The first thing right now, I'm going to do a green salsa. Afterwards, and Lord willing, I will do also today the same video because I am making the same meal. It's called huevos con chorizo. It's eggs with chorizo, and chorizo is a Mexican style sausage. So get ready. This is the green salsa though. There are a few variations. I will try to keep that easy to figure it out. And here we go. Okay, here we go. We have tomatillos, or tomates. They're the green tomatoes that you will find in the store with the kind of leaves around them. You do want the ones as much as you can that are going to be a more yellow green instead of a green. But at the same time, if all you can find is green, it'll be fine. But the ones with the yellow-green coloring are going to be your better for salsa. Also, you're going to want as many chiles. You can have either jalapeño or serrano peppers, either or. These are from my garden, so they're really teeny, but at the same time, they aren't necessarily even spicy. I don't know why, but they just didn't seem to turn out spicy this year. So, hallelujah anyhow, right? And these are going to cook up until they change colors. That's generally the only thing that we got to wait for with this. I just turned the stove on to high, and we're going to wait for a couple minutes. Alright, I believe that our tomates are just about where they're supposed to be. You can see especially, I'll see if I can't get this one right here. You can see it starting to really change colors. And so it's pretty much ready to go. These chiles, they can probably stay in the water for a few extra minutes. So we'll worry about that in just a moment. Okay, let's see. I'm trying not to give anybody whiplash or anything like that. But I will just take them out of the pan, directly straight out the pan. You can say out of the water. You can take them straight, put them right there into the blender. You don't need to do anything else. Take that straight, dump it in the blender. We good. Even though you want to avoid as much as is possible to any kind of getting any of the extra water into the salsa. The only time that you want to add any extra the water into the salsa is whenever you're making tamales, and that's just to keep it a little bit less. It will start to coagulate a little bit and become a little bit gelatinous. And so then when you need it like that, then you don't necessarily want it to do that. So you can add a little bit of the water from when you're cooking it, but otherwise don't worry about it. This I'm letting the chiles keep on cooking for a little bit. They're just about there, but typically they need a couple more minutes, couple extra seconds more than the tomatillo, whichever that you prefer to call it. It typically does need a teeny bit more time to cook, and then it'll be ready. So we'll get those in just a moment, and then we'll be ready to blend her up. Alright, well, our chiles are completely cooked now, so we can just take however many that you like, depending on your level of enjoyment of the spiciness. I'm going to add a couple, just enough to have the flavor of the chiles in there without having the same spice. So, and then of course, you need salt whenever you're going to make any kind of salsa. You always need salt. And I'm just going to dump in there. You can say ad-lib it. It's always to taste. I know that with pink Himalayan salt, you often need a little bit more than what you would need of white kosher salt or sea salt. So, that, as far as that goes, all you need really to make a basic green salsa, tomates or tomatillos and chiles and salt, and that's it. Okay, I will show you another addition in just a moment, and that can make it kind of up it a notch, maybe a little bit if you so desire. If not, basic salsa is all you need. Okay, so here we are, ready to go. Just gonna pulse it, and not necessarily pulse this, just gonna licuar is to blend it up real easy. And there you go, basic salsa. And you can just take this and serve it with anything that you want to put it with. But it is basic salsa. I will show you real quick another trick to make it a teeny bit notched up. That is up to you if you want to. I will obviously for tonight is just put a teeny little bit of cilantro in it. Just part of a bunch. You definitely don't want the whole thing unless you're making a large quantity of salsa. So this is just 5 tomates because it's generally only going to be me eating it. My boys might get a teeny little bit. Obviously the chile to taste, the spiciness to taste, the salt to taste. Otherwise, I mean, hey, it's no measurements here, but at the same time, it's pretty easy to figure out your own measurements because American cooking, I know we do a lot of measurements. I freaked out when I first started learning the Mexican kitchen because it's so measurement-less. But definitely it's very easy to figure out. So I will show you. Give me one moment. I'll get the cilantro in there. I apologize. I forgot to show y'all the little bit of the bunch that I had. I had a larger bunch. I just took a teeny, probably it might have been maybe that much, probably not even that much to be able to fill in my hands. I tasted it. It needed a teeny bit more salt. Tomatillos can tend to be a little bit sweet, so you can have a sweeter taste to the salsa. So don't be surprised by that. And so here we go. Just got to blend it up. Let me see if I can turn this without giving anybody whiplash. All right, here we go. And we just go and turn it on real quick. Okay, so now here we have some leveled up green salsa. It is delicious. I just tried it. So, yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to do the typical Hispanic thing. You know, I'm going to just put it in a, what is it called? Like one of these storage. These are definitely not, I do use some Rubbermaid or Glad or whatever other kinds, Ziploc containers. But, hey, these, once you're done with them, they're free. I don't put them in the dishwasher, but they're free otherwise. Hey, screw it. Why not, you know? And there you go. Green salsa. I'm afraid of it dumping out, but it's so delicious. And the one other way that you can do this, which of course, obviously I'm not going to be able to since it's already blended up in there, but you can take and somewhat finely dice. You do the original plain salsa as far as just the tomates, the chiles, and the salt, and then dice up somewhat small but not finely some white onion and cilantro and mix that in, and that can be really good too, depending on what you're making it with. If it sounds good, absolutely go for it. In the meantime, here we got this, and I'm getting ready to make the just eggs with chorizo. I will be connecting that video hopefully very soon as well. And I hope that you like this video. If you enjoyed it, if it's been helpful, I definitely hope you like it. I hope you subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And I definitely hope that this can be a help, because what good is having all the food around if you don't know how to cook it and make it delicious? So have a delicious day.